This conference will now be recorded.
I choose two countries. First, India and Singapore. Sir, why you choose two countries? These two countries are related to GST. So remaining countries are different tax conditions. These two countries maintain GST conditions. So in India, what are the GST conditions? Like CGST, SGST,
IGST.
IGST, and UTGST. So CGST, SGST is a common parameter for every client, either that is manufacturing or service or oil and gas, any nature of client. CGST, SGST is mandatory. And IGST, if client specific, if client required IGST, then only we integrate IGST. And UTGST, so that is also a client specific. But the first two is a common parameter. Observe, these four comes under GST only. These four comes under GST only. Right. And what are the percentages here? What are the percentages here? Like, wait, 5, 12,
12,
18, ఎన్న
18, 28.
28, 14 దేనికి ఎక్కడ ఉంది? 3% ఫర్ గోల్డ్ ఉంది. కానీ దాన్ని ఇక్కడ మనము గోల్డ్ ఇండస్ట్రీని డిజైన్ చేయట్లేదు కాబట్టి మనం ఆ 3% తీసుకోం. 3% ఫర్ గోల్డ్ ఉంది. ఆ, దేనికి అసలు 14% జిఎస్టీ అనే కాన్సెప్టే లేదు. అది. So we have only 4 syllable 5, 12, 18, 28. But plan to introduce the next budget plan to introduce 10% of GST. 10% GST. అది ఏంటి, ఆగ్రో కెమికల్కి 10% ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలని ప్రపోజల్ ఉంది గవర్నమెంట్కి. మేబీ రేపు నవంబర్లో బడ్జెట్లో రావచ్చు అది. అండ్ ఐజిఎస్టీ హౌ మచ్? 18%. యూటీజిఎస్టీ ఆల్సో 18%. So these two are fixed values. Right. So come to Singapore, they have only a unique component of GST. Then what's the percentage? Here also they maintain unique percentage. 9%. Even for purchase or sale, they maintain 9%. Right? Now, but in India, we maintain, like for example, 5% of GST. So C GST 2.5% and S GST 2.5%. But for GST purchase 9%, GST sales 9%. Right? So observe, both are GST stands only. So entire architecture is GST stands. But in India, we have the different percentiles, and for Singapore, they maintain a different percentiles. For purchase, they maintain 9%. For sale, they maintain 9%. Here, components are there, like individual customer, individual vendor, customer is equal to vendor. Customer is equal to vendor. What are the three components? Customer components. What are the components? Individual customer, individual vendor. So customer is equal to vendor. So individual customer sales. So basically we maintain 18% GST, right? So for vendor purchases, either 5% or 12% GST. I choose 5% GST. Now the question mark, the same customer is vendor to company. In that case, how system treat the values? First of all, how to map customer is equal to vendor. అంతే. ఇప్పుడు విశ్వనాథ్ డిమార్ట్కి కస్టమర్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ వెండర్. ఇప్పుడు నేనున్నాను, నేను డిమార్ట్కి కొంత ప్రోడక్ట్ సేల్ నేను యాజ్ ఎ కంపెనీ, నేను విశ్వనాథ్ కంపెనీ, నేను డిమార్ట్కి కొంత ప్రోడక్ట్ సేల్ చేస్తాను అండ్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం డిమార్ట్ నుంచి కొంత ప్రోడక్ట్ పర్చేస్ చేస్తాను, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు నేను కంపెనీ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ డిమార్ట్కి నేను కస్టమర్ అవుతా యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ వెండర్ అవుతాను. సో అలాంటప్పుడు ట్యాక్స్ ఎలా సెట్ ఆఫ్ చేస్తాం? అవును, రైట్. బట్ నీ బుక్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంట్స్లో సిస్టమ్ ఆటోమేటిక్గా సెట్ ఆఫ్ చేసి రిమైనింగ్ వాల్యూ చూపించాలి కదా. Obviously, a percentage is a different value, but the treatment of behavior is important. Like for example, at the time of purchase, I charge 5% GST. At the time of sale, they charge 18% GST. ఇప్పుడు నేను గవర్నమెంట్కి ఎంత పే చేయాలి? 18 మైనస్ 5, రిమైనింగ్ పర్సెంటేజ్ పే చేయాలి. అదర్వైజ్ సింప్లీ లాస్ టు కస్టమర్. ఎప్పుడు మళ్ళీ దానికోసం సెపరేట్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ చేయాలి కదా. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు వెయిట్ 1 month, రైట్? అంత టైం వేస్ట్ చేసే పని లేకుండానే ఇనిషియల్గానే సెట్ ఆఫ్ చేయాలి కదా. అదే మరి. సో ఇవి మల్టిపుల్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్. సో ఓన్లీ కస్టమర్ నో వరీస్, ఓన్లీ వెండర్ నో వరీస్. ఇఫ్ సేమ్ కస్టమర్ is vendor, it's a question mark, right? Here, what are the two different servers? ECC server and HANA server. Guys, if I mention S54, that is HANA server, okay? ECC లో we choose for customer creation FD01, vendor creation FK01. I don't want to mention customer is equal to vendor because already customer create and the vendor create and the, right? Then in HANA, they maintain BP, business partner. Guys, don't think of BP, right? That is different. That is health related. This is concept related. Okay. BP, business partner. What is the importance of business partner? A single structure, line item of component to integrate customer roles as well as vendor roles. What's that? Customer roles as well as vendor roles. So this is the client specification. Here, two things we'll understand. If it is a new implementation, nowadays all our implementations are HANA implementations. I don't think so there is no ECC. So whatever we have ECC now, those are support related, not for implementation related. But our new implementations are totally in HANA related. So we majorly focus on HANA related. Right. Now, let me check the component. First, we create customer vendor in ECC. Then we create customer vendor in BP, HANA. Here I choose the common. Guys, multiple batches we have. I choose the company code like F401. Company code F401. So F401 for India, AB01 for Singapore. India company and AB01. This is a Singapore company. Now, let I discuss F401, India-based company. India-based company. So for customer creation, we choose FD01, vendor creation, FK01, right? First. So 001. So what's the one? FD01. I chose company code FD01, account group, Ford customer. Now I'm creating Ford customer.
FO01, right? Company code.
Very good. Title, I chose Mr. I chose name Wonkar, customer. Wonkar, customer. And search term one, here two components are there. Some people they said like first name. Some people said like location name. Some people said a region name, right? Differ client to client. We never say first name. I mean, like search term one always customer first name, or search term one always location name. Nothing like that. So differ client to client. As of their previous business environments, we used to work on that. So I chose search term Wonkar and city Hyderabad, country IN, and region 36. Right? Observe there is no language here, and already language field is there. It's a predefined value. Okay, predefined value means no need to mention. Control data tab, guys. In your system, it shows tax number one. In my system, this is GST extracted page patch, so it shows the GST number. So I mentioned customer means sales O0 and sales or purchase tax. At a time, I used to guide to system taxes also applicable for this company. Right. This is general data. What's that? General data. I mentioned the first tab is general data. Now, what is the second tab? Company code data. Here, company code data. In company code data, first recon account. What is recon account? Customer means debtor. Right? Debtor. Sort key. We are creating customer. 031. Customer number. Cash management group. What's the nature? Domestic customer. E2. Domestic customer. Right? And payment transactions. Terms of payment 0001. Either if client said maintain discount method or fixed day method or number of days method, whatever client says you have to follow, right? So my I don't have any clarity, so I choose immediate payment 0001. Save. What it says? Customer created. So 305006. Right? Now vendor creation. What's the transaction code? FK01. FK01. So company code, account group FO01. So title, Mr. So same. Wonkar is customer as well as Wonkar is vendor. And here search term also I mentioned Wonkar, city Hyderabad, country IN, region 36, or language is a predefined one. And so this is general data. So hit enter button. So here GST number in your system, it shows tax number 1, I0, because purchase comes under input, sales are purchase tax. Enter. Recon account, creditor, sort key 012, cash management group A1, domestic payment, pay term 0001, save. So vendor also created, customer created, vendor created. Now let me see, the same customer is vendor to company. The same customer is vendor to company. So in that case, first already Womkar customer created, Womkar vendor created. First edit customer FD02. Select FD02. Select customer. In control data tab, vendor number. Just select vendor number. ఏంటది కస్టమర్లో వెండర్ని ఇస్తున్నాను. ఆల్రెడీ కస్టమర్ క్రియేట్ అయిపోయింది, వెండర్ క్రియేట్ అయిపోయింది. కస్టమర్లో వెండర్ని ఇస్తున్నాను ఇప్పుడు. అందుకే ఎడిట్ కస్టమర్ అని చెప్పాను, కస్టమర్ క్రియేట్ అని చెప్పలేదు. ఆల్రెడీ కస్టమర్ క్రియేట్ అయింది కాబట్టి దాన్ని ఎడిట్కి వెళ్తున్నాను. సో కస్టమర్లో ఏమైంది, చేంజ్ కస్టమర్లో వెండర్ నెంబర్ ఇచ్చాను. రైట్. అండ్ సో చెక్ వెండర్ FK02. కంట్రోల్ డేటా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, నేను ఇచ్చానా వెండర్లో, నేను ఇవ్వలేదు. ఎప్పుడైతే నేను కస్టమర్లో వెండర్ని మ్యాప్ చేస్తానో, వెన్ ఆర్ మ్యాప్ కస్టమర్ టు వెండర్, system in vendor system automatically pick the customer number. So click on F4, check the customer details. See 305006 Omkar customer, right? So what are the three different components? Customer, vendor, customer is equal to vendor. But for this, how many transaction code which you choose? For customer creation FD01. Sir, question, కస్టమర్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు వెండర్ని ఇచ్చేయచ్చు కదా, మళ్ళీ ఎడిట్ చేసే పని లేదు కదా. సిస్టమ్ నెవర్ ఎంటర్టైన్. First we create customer, the data stores in database, vendor, vendor database, then system alert to map customer is equal to vendor. అక్కడ మనకు ఆప్షన్ లేదు, ఖచ్చితంగా అలానే చేయాలి. క్లియర్? రైట్. సరే. నౌ లెట్ వి పోస్ట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ లైక్ ఫర్ పర్చేస్ ఇన్వాయిస్ వాల్యూ, purchase value costing 50,000 and sales invoice value 1 lakh. So for 50,000 we apply 5% tax, here 18% tax. What's that? 5% tax and 18% tax, right? Now let me check this properties. So the transaction code is for customer invoice FB70, vendor FB60, FB70, FB60, right? First company Ford Hyderabad, right? First invoice date, customer, what's the customer? Womkar customer. And how much value? Sales invoice 1 lakh, right? 1 lakh into 18 means total value 1,18,000. So invoice value 1,18,000. Or for example, for understanding, I mentioned 1 lakh. And so testing GL account, sales revenue GL account, Here there is an option where manually mention 1 lakh plus 18%. So 1 lakh 18,000. And tax, what's that? O1 18 percentage. O1 18 percentage. Just hit enter button. Observe how much value differ? 18,000. Why? 1 lakh is the invoice value. For in that we used to add 18% GST. So right. So I change the value here 1 lakh 18,000 and calculate tax. So this is the credit line item value. This is the debit line item value. And under debit line item, how much tax? 18% GST. 18% GST. So how system know 18% only for tax? Like click on tax tab. See here, tax value 18 percentage. On that invoice value, system calculate 18% of the GST value. And payment. Observe while creating customer, we chose Payterm 0001. Payterm 0001. Baseline date. Simulate. Observe CGST payable 9,000. SGST payable 9,000. CGST payable 9,000. SGST payable 9,000. So total debit value is equal to credit value. Save. So customer task completed. Check the number 1013. Right. Okay. సో ఇది పర్చేస్ కదా, ఇది ఏమో FB60, ఇదేమో FB70. So now we are in FB70 page. Customer invoice FB70. Now purchase invoice FB60. What's that? FB60. సో కంపెనీ కోడ్ ఏంటి ఇక్కడ వేరే ఉంది. కంపెనీ కోడ్ ఇక్కడ F401. It says F401. Invoice date, vendor number, right? And amount, how much value? The purchase value 50,000 and plus 5%. So 50,000 మీద 5% ఎంత? 5,000. 10% అంటే 50,000 మీద 10% అంటే 5,000. 2,500.
2,500.
2,500.
2005.
So 50 to 500. And tax testing. So which GL account we choose? 4 lakh. It is 4 lakh. Purchases GL account. Purchase always debit balance. And amount 50 to 500. And tax type I1 GST at 5%. Right? As of our condition, so 18% sales, 5% purchases. Right? Calculate tax. Observe the difference 0. అది అదే కదా మీకు ఇందాక చూపించింది 50,000 మీద అంటే 50,000 ఇంటూ ట్యాక్స్. జనరల్గా ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎలా డిజైన్ చేస్తాం? ప్రోడక్ట్ వాల్యూ ప్లస్ ట్యాక్స్ అంటాం. 1 లాక్ ఇస్ ప్రోడక్ట్ వాల్యూ ప్లస్ ట్యాక్స్. ఎంత ట్యాక్స్? 5% అయితే 5% ట్యాక్స్, 12 అయితే 12%, 18 అయితే 18%. బట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ వాల్యూ ప్లస్ ట్యాక్స్ వాల్యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు MRP. అదే కదా మనం ఇస్తున్నాం. అట్లా తీసుకోదు. అప్పుడు నువ్వు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 1 లాక్ అని ఇచ్చావు అనుకో, 1 లాక్ సిస్టమ్ ఎలా ట్రీట్ చేస్తుందంటే 1 లాక్లో 2 థింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. నీకు అది కూడా చూపిస్తాను ఒకసారి. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అది కూడా చూపిస్తాను ఒకసారి చూడండి. రైట్. సో వాట్స్ ద ట్యాక్సిబుల్? I1. వాట్స్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? 0 ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0. అవునా? సో గో టు ట్యాక్స్ ట్యాబ్. హౌ మచ్ వాల్యూ ట్యాక్స్? 2,500. 2,500. రైట్. సో basic data, simulate. So CGST 1,250, SGST 1,250. So save. Document number 2002. Here we pay tax 2500 and here 18,000. Observe, company sell product to customer. We receive 1 lakh plus 18,000. Right? 1 lakh plus 18,000. Basically 18,000 is the liability. We will pay tax to government. How much value? 18,000 will pay tax to government. But in the purchase, company pay amount to vendor. How much value? 50,000 plus 2,500. Right? So we received 18,000. We received 18,000 minus we pay 2,500. So this is the defer value, tax defer value. So how much value? 15,500 is the tax defer value. Yes. Right? 15,500 we used to pay. Now, come to your question. First, I clarify your question. I choose transaction code F-22. Document date. What is F-22? Customer invoice. And so here, company code F001. I chose a customer. So I chose some other customer instead of the Omkar customer. Okay. Mix scenario మళ్ళీ miss అవుతుంది. I chose a Venkat customer. Enter 1 lakh. Basically in before time which I mentioned 18%, 1 lakh 18,000. Now I mention 1 lakh. Calculate tax 0001. Tax testing. Posting key 50. 3 lakh sales revenue. Amount to star. Tax code in this calling. O1 sales plus document on menu bar. Simulate. If you mention 1 lakh, system treats like in that value, the 1 lakh is the MRP. In that product value and tax is there. So, how much value of tax? 7,627 is the tax value for central GST and state GST. 84,745 is the product value. Right? If you mention 1 lakh 18,000, so 1 lakh is the product value. In that 18%. So, it's a clear value. Right? Now, check customer balance. Where we check customer balances? FBL3N. Sorry, 5N. FBL5N. So select Omkar customer. All items. Execute. How much it's shown? 1,18,000. Right? Check vendor. FBL1N. Select vendor number. All items. Execute. So 50 to 500. 50 to 500. Right? It's clear. Observe both are red color line items. Both are red color line items. Now check taxes. FBL3N. FBL3N. What are the 4 tax line items we check? Like here, CGST payable 110,502, and come to asset point of view. So 501, 502. Now I used to check these 4 line items. All items, execute. right? So what are the document numbers or date wise? Please check. So today is 29. So leave that one. One additional invoice we posted at 7627. Right. So today central GST value, how much value posted? 9,000. And state GST 9,000. And CGST receivable 1,250. So payable 1,250. Clear? Now the question, how to nullify customer vendor tax? How to nullify customer vendor tax? Right? As a finance consultant, this is a very big question in real time. ఎలా చేయాలి? మ్మ్. ఎట్లా? అదే ఎట్లా? ఏ ఎంట్రీ? అది ఆల్రెడీ పోస్ట్ అయిపోయింది కదా. పోస్ట్ అయితే కనుక నీకు ఇక్కడ వాల్యూస్ కనపడింది. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ట్యాక్స్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ చేయాలంటే ఎలా చేయాలి? టూ థింగ్స్. సో ఆల్రెడీ at the time of purchase 2,500 we pay amount to vendor. That is clear. For customer point of view, we receive 18,000. So 18,000 minus 2,500, 15,500 yet to pay. Right? So can I pay 15,500 to government directly? చెప్పండి. Yes.
There is an option of withholding tax and all, right?
Withholding tax is different. Withholding tax, that is the TDS, that is the direct tax. GST is indirect tax.
Yeah.
So two different layers.
Okay. But yeah, we can do that. Like we can pay on
Next
behalf
levels. No, the concept is totally different.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That aspect is totally different. So see here, for person base we used to apply TDS, for product base we used to apply GST. So GST which applies goods and services, not for person. For person
Yeah.
or income nature we apply TDS, that comes under direct tax. Goods and services comes under indirect tax. So
Okay, sir.
the big question is how to nullify these taxes, right? So here, so now we post a simple example. I give a simplest method for this. 2,500, what are the two layers we have? 1,250 and 1,250. And 18,000 means 9,000, 9,000. Right? So is equal to sum of this value minus this value. So this is paid, already paid. Paid to vendor. And received from customer. Received from customer. Like this is a CGST and this is a SGST. Hmm. Hmm.
We can post the entry by reclassing those two vendors and the customers, and 7750 will move to the either payables or the receivables.
Tax payable, right? Tax payable
Yeah,
to government.
tax bill.
Tax payable to government. Right? Now, fine. For easiest and simplest method understanding, first I pay 7,500, 7,750 for central GST, 7,750 for state GST payable. First I clear this value. What's the total value for 7,000, 7,500? The total value together 15,500. So where we pass this entry? For this I choose F-03. Here which I pass the entry for F-03. CGST payable. CGST payable 7750 to check issue. 7750 and SGST payable 7750 to
Yeah.
check issue 7750.
That's it.
Right. Now understand, first I clear the excess value. I clear the excess value to government. Right? Fine.
Yeah.
What's the transaction code? F-03. Account. CGST payable. CGST payable. Right? Date, company code, it's a predefined values. Process open item. So we have multiple line items in CGST payable. Total how much value? 47,590. But in that, so we used to
Posting
clarify.
periods.
Ma?
Posting
posting
period
periods.
is 20.
Sorry. Date wise, document
Yeah.
date wise.
Date wise. Okay.
So this is our document. Right? Observe.
Okay.
So basically our actual tax value received is 9,000 only. So I used to clear, I used to inactive the other line items. I used to activate only 9,000 tax. Right. So, but how much we are ready to pay? 7,750. But system shows
7.
how much value? 9,000. System is in how much value? 9,000 value. Right. I go for partial payment because never apply discount for taxes. Right. So, partial payment. Here, deactivate all other line items. Right. And one more line item here it display. Yeah. Now. So how much value we used to pay? 7,750.
7.
Just hit enter button. Now system calculate assigned value 7,750. Click on document overview icon. So what's the credit line item here? Observe in the entry check issue. So GST payable to check issue. So check issue credit line item posting key 50 account 200701. Check issue. What's that? Check issue. Enter amount either star symbol or 7,750 and the day which we pay tax. Value date text CGST payable. Sorry, clear CGST payable. Clear CGST payable. Document on menu bar. Simulate 7,750. Save. So mention document number 11. Clear GSM. Right. Now we clear SGST also at a time. SGST payable. Process open item. Here also partial payment. Deactivate other line items. In that, how much value we used to clear? 7,750. And the document overview. Posting key 50. 200701. Check issue. Amount. Star symbol. Enter value date. Clear. SGST payable. Simulate. Save. 11 and 12. Document numbers are 11 and 12. Now check GL balances. Tax GL balances. Right. See here. $9,000 amount not cleared. Okay. సరే అవలేదుగా సరే ఎస్జిఎస్టి పేబుల్ చూడు ఇదిగో ఇక్కడ కూడా అవ్వలేదు పోనీ చెక్ ఇష్యూ చెక్ చేయి 200701 ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసావా ఇదిగోండి 7750 క్లియర్ సిజిఎస్టి పేబుల్ క్లియర్ ఎస్జిఎస్టి పేబుల్ ఇక్కడ లైన్ ఐటమ్ క్లియర్ అయింది కానీ ఇక్కడ లైన్ ఐటమ్ క్లియర్ అవ్వలేదు బికాస్ వి చూస్ ద పాత్ partial payment, not for a full payment. Until clarify a full payment, system shows the line item. సిస్టమ్ షోస్ ద లైన్ ఐటమ్ చాలా మంది చేసి నేనేదో మిస్టేక్ చేశాను అనుకుంటారు కన్ఫ్యూజన్లో కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుద్ది ఇక్కడ థింగ్
Sir.
ఎస్ క్వశ్చన్
Yeah, actually, when we consider CGST and IGST, both the accounts and clear, the difference will be 7750.
ఎస్
Then we will move to the check issue, that simple process only.
సో దట్ ఈస్
Like
another
ways we
method.
know.
So the thing is, especially Indian clients, they never entertain. As a CA, we do that, but as a company's policy, they never entertain that principle.
Okay. So when we are doing partial, it will be visible,
Yes.
that account, that amount. If
So
it
still,
is, we are doing
observe-
nullify thing.
See, first, basically, what the things we used to follow the company's law, right? So as company's policy, what they do means they have to clear individual line item for their audit book of accounts, right? But as a CA, what we do, we finally, anyway, they come to our point of view. But initially, at the initial day, if we say so this is the simplest method to follow, so they never entertain.
Okay.
So still we have the due of how much value? 1250, 1250. Right? How to set off this 1250, 1250? Like, see here. For this, so this is the first entry. So this is the first entry. And for second entry, like CGST payable, right? How much value we used to pay? 1500. Sorry, 1250, right? ఎక్కడవుతుంది అవ్వలేదు కదా అదే కదా నువ్వు చెక్ చేయాల్సింది 1250 టు నలిఫై చేయాల్సిన అకౌంట్ ఏంటి టు సిజిఎస్టి రిసీవబుల్ సిజిఎస్టి రిసీవబుల్ అండ్ ఎస్జిఎస్టి పేబుల్ 1250 అండ్ టు ఎస్జిఎస్టి రిసీవబుల్ 1250. 1250. రైట్. సో బేసిక్గా మీరు చెప్పినట్టు ఇనిషియల్గా ఇది చేసేసి ఆటోమేటిక్గా సెట్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోయేది, మళ్ళీ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉండదు. కానీ క్లయింట్స్ దాన్ని యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయరు. సో ఖచ్చితంగా మనం ఎక్సెస్ వాల్యూని క్లియర్ చేసి తర్వాత లైన్ ఐటమ్ క్లియర్ చేస్తే కానీ రైట్ ద సెల్ఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్. అందుకే ఫైనాన్స్ పీపుల్కి హెడేక్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది మంత్ ఎండ్ యాక్టివిటీస్లో. రైట్. సో వాట్స్ ద ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కోడ్? ద సేమ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కోడ్ F-03. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ చెక్ ఇష్యూ
Sir,
వి చూస్ CGST రిసీవబుల్. ఎస్ చెప్పండి.
sir, can we stick to English, please? I'm not able to understand.
Okay. So the thing is, as of Indian
Sorry to
companies, they never entertain these principles, a single structure of line item. Right? It's a simplest and easiest method. Basically, as a CS, we used to follow this. We just guide to companies too, but they never entertain. They used to say like, please clear manual line items. So that first we follow this method, the first one, whatever I mentioned. So then we follow this second one. So out of 9,000, till now we clear 7,750 only. Now we used to clear 1,250. Right? The same transaction code here we choose F-03. F-03. So see here, the GL is F-03. Which GL account we choose? First, CGST payable. CGST payable. Process open item. So double click on other line items. Again, go to partial payment. Actually, the line item 1,250 చూపించాలి. So still the line item shows 1,250. Just a moment, guys. Okay, let me check once. So I go for the partial payment. Here I chose 1,250. Document overview. Here posting key 50. Here I choose the set of line item 200501. So enter amount 1,250 and their tax value. Clear tax value. Document on menu bar. Simulate. So CGST receivable 1,250 minus value. So what's entry? CGST payable debit to CGST receivable. Document post. What's the document number? 13. Now, so first we clear 7,750 value. Now I clear 1,250 value. So total 9,000. Now check the ledger FBL 3N. So 110,501. All items. Execute. So I guess some table issue is there. Still line item not cleared 9,000.
Sir, overall it is cleared, we can see, but instead of doing partial payment, if we do residual payment, then in that case
Both
the
both are
item,
same, right? End of the day, the entire line item value is 0.
yeah, the entire line item value is 0. But what I'm saying is, instead of doing partial payment, if we do residual payment, then that 9,000 will be nullified against 7,750, and another new line item of 1,250 will have been created, should have been created.
But
Like
see here, even
if
partial
we
or
do residual payment.
yeah, partial payment or residual payment, the condition is same. So if the line item 0, so the value should be 0. See here, observe,
Like
CGST receivable
the
value is
amounts
0.
are 0. Yeah.
But even the line item also should be 0, right? I'm saying that.
No, it is not yet cleared against themselves. Like we have to post one more document maybe. Like we have to select all those line items and set it off in F-03 again. If the
No,
documents are posted,
yes, okay. If the documents are posted,
okay. So what I'm saying is the documents are posted like with
okay.
the debit and credit balance against each other, but like they are not referenced to each other, and that is why they are not yet cleared.
So
If we
for this,
select,
so what's the entry which we pass? Like see
like
here,
we
for
just go to
example,
F-03,
F-03, like we
and we
pass the entry
select
like
only
yeah,
these three line
CGST.
items.
So no, the thing is actually here for this, for example, CGST receivable, the balance should be 0, right?
Right. Right.
Say for example, if I go to F-03, I chose 200501. What about the credit line item?
Can we go to F-03 once, sir?
Okay, F-03,
Yeah. Select.
200501. So this is the GL account, already the balance should be 0.
Right. Right. We just post it. Just post this. It will not show as an open balance again.
So document post.
Because yes.
Okay.
Now can we check?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
It
That's
is
the
clear.
question, right? Already class study garu. Someone asked the question, ఏం చేశారు?
Yeah.
See here, open item which applies current assets, current liabilities, right? CGST payable or CGST receivable, current asset, payable, current liability. So before which you nullify, open item to open item, right? So so that the system balances shows 0, but still it shows the indicator 0. I mean red color. Everyone feel like amount cleared, line item not cleared. Observe 99% of cases which I observe in real time. Even I used to cross check in the class too. Maybe anyone follow the things. Very good, Omkar. Right now, let me check 100,501. So 110,501. Execute. Then 9,000 is there. 9,000 is there. Right? How to set off this 9,000?
The same thing, sir. Right? We can do.
F-03, 110,501. Process open item. Observe. Actually, your value is 9,000. The line item split off 7,750, 1,250. So these two are debit line items. 9,000 is the credit line item. How can we say 7,750 plus balance, 1,250 plus balance, 9,000 minus balance? Plus balance is a debit value. 9,000 is the credit value. 9,000 is the credit value. Observe amount entered 0. System agent value 0. Not agent value 0. Document on menu bar. Post. Document 15. Now check FBL 3N
Sir, here
Yes.
with the clearing document is coming as 15, right?
Yes.
So these line items has been cleared.
Yes.
So when we check in the open item, these line items will not be visible.
Observe right now there is no right now there is no 9,000, right? Observe the red color is the open item. In that open item there is no 9,000 balance.
Yeah.
So basically the line item value, payable value is 9,000, but in that already we paid 1,250. So how much value we pay to government? 7,750. But here, why issue occur? Why students are facing in real time, especially who the people join as support consultant? Majority of people they face this issue in real time. So they know how to clear, but I'm not sure whether which they confuse or the things. Already sir, I used to clear the value. The line item, the ledger balance 0, but still line item shows 0. I mean red color indicator. I don't know what are the mistakes. Nothing mistake is there. So you have to set off open item to open item. You have to set off open item to open item so that the line item is cleared, but indicator not cleared. So whenever we run equals to 0, then the line item cleared. Line item with the open item cleared. Open item cleared. Clear? So this is not a blunder, but some of the company project managers or team managers, they treat like it's a blunder. I don't know why. Basically, this is not at all blunder. You cleared the line item. What he will do, he just log in F-03 and clear the values. Maybe he has some experience so that he quickly respond the one. I guess Omkar, you have an experience in as end user or testing team.
Yes, sir. I have worked as
Mm.
SAP, like FICO testing.
Oh, FICO testing. So he has an idea, right? As test cases, they have some basic fundamental hands-on. So right, but this is not the blunder. Why, sir, you just mentioned some time or confusing or clarity means I used to check your mindsets, either which you respond or not, which you are able to understand or not. If I say clearly blah blah blah, like this is the way to proceed, so you simply forgot in the real time, right? Clear? So today which I discussed the scenario in ECC system. So tomorrow 8 o'clock, tomorrow I will connect online. So tomorrow I will discuss the same scenario which we discuss in HANA, system, right? So in ECC we have customer creation, vendor creation, but so HANA there is no customer, there is no vendor. Instead of customer vendor, we maintain BP, business partner. What is business partner? How to maintain the properties and values. So tomorrow morning 8 o'clock we'll discuss. Like we post up both the transactions and how to nullify in HANA systems. Clear? Right.
So will we get access to HANA server to practice?
Yes, management will provide.
Okay. We can talk to Rafi sir, right?
Yeah, Rafi. Yeah.
Okay.
Hope everyone understand. Clear? Yes. Anyone have any questions? Guys, simple logic.
Sir, I have a small doubt, sir.
Sorry?
I have a small doubt.
Yes.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు S4 హానాలో వర్క్ చేసేటప్పుడు అక్కడ కూడా మనకు సేమ్ రిసీవబుల్ అండ్ పేయబుల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది కదా, అంటే వెండర్స్ అండ్ కస్టమర్స్ ఉంటారు కదా. సో ఇక్కడ కస్టమర్స్ వెండర్, బట్ బిజినెస్ పార్టీస్ అంటే ఎలా ట్రీట్ చేస్తారు సార్? టూ పార్టీస్ ఉంటారు కదా డెఫినెట్లీగా మనకు.
So here two things are there. In ACC, customer tables are different, vendor tables are different. In HANA, which they integrated to the unique table, that is AC Docker, which they maintain a unique table, that is AC Docker. What is AC Docker? A single structure, source of truth for both finance and controlling. Make use of the element. See here, customer KNA1, vendor LFA1. So observe, general data properties are same, only company code data properties may vary. So in that, in AC Docker, they maintain business partner, FLVN00 vendor, FLCU00 customer. So here we maintain grouping. Under group, we maintain vendor line layouts and customer line layouts. instead of creating two different components at a time, we can configure. And the test case is everything same like today. But as master data level, changes are there. Observe in ECC, pricing not at all required. Pricing not at all required. For see, today I create customer. So I don't want to create any pricing configuration for this. But HANA, for creating customer, so pricing is mandatory. Partner determination is mandatory. And again, finance layer, partner determination. So cross applications. Under cross applications, we maintain the multiple components, key activities. Again, for vendor, so the difference between customer and vendor, for customer, we maintain partner determination. For vendor, there is no partner determination. That. But in ECC, if you try to create, there is no option. So you manually create both the parameters. So tomorrow class, I will guide you. So how to create a general parameter, means basic parameter. And in that, how to activate customer roles and vendor roles. So based on that, how to activate the line item. Guys, whatever we discussed today, same customer is vendor, how to nullify the taxes. But don't mesh two different customers or two different vendors. Okay, there the condition fails. That is pure finance mistake. So anyway, tomorrow class we'll discuss this scenario. 8 a.m. sharp online. All right, convert this recording to all.